Hey everyone, Egman here with another video. Today we're going to look at this, I would say, mess of a deck that I have. It started out, honestly, as a joke, but then I made it, and I tried it out, and I really ended up liking it, which was weird, but I think it's a cool deck. It's very fun, and you know I love Self-Surge, but I promise you it did not start off at this. But real quick, we're going to talk about the list, but at the end, there's also gameplay of it as well. So if you guys just want to skip to the gameplay, I highly recommend it. The match I have recorded and is great. I think it's a great match. Shows what the deck does. It's also sped up and commentated over as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. But going over this one, kind of the idea of this deck was that I've been playing a lot of Agent Destruction, mostly with this new TP card that we have, Baby Janemba, Malefic Agent of Destruction. Energy Exhaust blocker offering limit 1. Oh, that limit 1 just... If it didn't have limit 1, this card would be super busted. And also just permanent, if your opponent has 5 or more cards in rest mode, negate this card's energy exhaust skill in all areas. And so the idea of this card is that it's fine at what it does. It has offering for cheap, and then if also you kind of set it up with Bobbity the turn beforehand, then you're able to get it out for 2 energy. So this card for 2 energy, colorless, with blocker offering is already kind of good. And then we do have just the extension of this play. We do have Baby Janemba, Hatred and Evil personified. So auto, when you play a red or yellow multicolored baby card, you can play this card from your hand for free. So that is great, being able to play this guy and with 16k. And then also when this card's played, look at the top 7 cards from your deck, add up to 2 cards with offering skills among them to your hand, then shuffle your deck. If you add 2 cards to your hand, choose 1 card in your hand, discard it. But just being able to play this card for free and then also being able to get a draw 1 off it is amazing. Honestly, what you can do is you can just use this and you can usually find another one of these. And we also have the Super Baby 2 Vengeful Rampage. So it's an EX Evolve for 1 red, 1 yellow. With offering, and then auto, when you play this card, choose all your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and for the duration of the turn, their skills are negated, and they can't be placed in their combo area from your opponent's battle area, and this card gets dual attack. Great card. For 2 energy, you're able to do it on top of the Baby Janemba. As far as I know, you can play another one of these on top of that as well, just because of how the sequencing works. So if you already have one of these out, or if you don't have one of these out and you go from here to there, you should be able to play another one of these dudes. There's 16k swings, which are great. And then also the kind of additional tech for this is the combo attack Janemba. So active main, burst 2, choose 1 evil incarnate card or demon card in your battle area. Other than copies of this card, return it to the hand. Play this card from your hand, then up to 2 cards from your life to your hand. You can't play copies of this card for the turn. This is pretty good at doing what you need to do too. This is evil incarnate, and I think both of them are. Yeah, they are evil incarnates. So you can just pop one of these back into your hand. Let's say you swung with it, and go from there. That's kind of like the combo that you want. It gets a lot of swings with it. The offering's good. The cycle's good. And also the self-awakening is great for this leader. You can awaken super duper early, on turn 2. Not you can always awaken, but you can get down to 4 life incredibly easily, and then you can start using the effects and just be, getting a lot of bodies on board and putting a lot of pressure for your opponent. So this is fantastic. Also, I cannot confirm this. I think it, based on just reading, this doesn't have a limit 1 for this effect. So even if you, I don't think that this is all dependent on this. So you can always return. My assumption is you can always return one of these in your hand, even if you just played one this turn. You can still return it to your hand. This won't get played. I don't know where it goes. I'm guessing it goes to the drop area. But I'd have to get a judge. But I think you can play use activate main twice. You just don't get to play it, but you can get all the effects from it still. I don't know. You'd have to check. I don't remember the ruling for it. But even without that, just as a 1-of copy, or activating this main once per turn is fantastic. And you're just able to get into the self-surge very easily. You do have to get kind of creative with the cards you put underneath this guy, but yellow and green is not too terrible. Green is probably the harder color to get to, since all of these, babies are yellow and red. So you're able to just put that underneath there. And then the greens, we do have 4 Broly Invincible Agent of Destruction and Cell to Dark Parasite. Both are great. And even a super combo if you need to. And then we also have just some extra, the Agent of Destruction Strike Back. This might need to go down to a 2, but just the fact that this can also help awaken you as well. We just have so much awaken targets. We have Agent Destruction, we have Cell, we've got the combo attack Janemba. All these cards can help you get down to 4 incredibly fast, incredibly easily, while gaining card advantage and doing what you want. So I feel that's kind of good. And then the rest is just kind of padding for what you need. You kind of have to be specific for what you're charging for your energy as well, especially if you want this guy, it needs 1 yellow, 1 red. After that, as long as you have the Bobbity out, this just makes everything colorless and reduce the cost by 1. So obviously you can do this for free once per turn, and then also you can't. What else? What else we got? Yeah, I mean, just playing, you can't play this as an agent, but you can play this for 2, which is good. Being able to have this as a 1 negate is great, especially since then you can play the turtles from there and go from there. This turtles can help you draw cards every turn. Broly is great. Being able to play this for 2 lets you look at the top 3, send it to your drop area, which means if you find these cells, they go to your drop area for free. Also with the burst 2 on this, it's the same. And just kind of goes from there. Like this, being able to look top 3 and just find whatever you want is fantastic, just like the original leader. And you just gain a lot of advantage for playing the cards and doing the stuff you want. Anyways, most of these guys are chunky 20Ks or 15Ks, so you can pressure your opponent. And also, this pressures unison so well. Like your opponent tries to set up a unison, you can kind of swing in for there and everything else. This is run simply because we need that red energy. So make sure to charge one of these. It's the only red Agent of Destruction card, so you kind of need it. The effect is okay. You can pop something with 25k power or less, but the active main, you need the 10k double strike, double attack. You need a red leader, which we are not. So watch out for that. But I think that's else. Secret Rare Pan, because you can play it for free, and that's fantastic. And it can be a floodgate if you really need to. You get a lot of cycle, a lot of draw with this deck. Bardock is great as well if you need to just have a finishing move. So there. And don't forget, you can always, the kind of like secret tech you can do is that, let's say that you have like a full board, and let's say you already have like a Turles out that already swung, or even like one of these baby Janembas or something like that. You can use Cell to pop your entire board as long as you have 4 energy, and then just kind of go from there. But yeah, I like this deck a lot. I don't have anything else to say from it, just from the cards, and we're just going to go straight into the match, so I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, here is the match with no cap on untap, and also shouts to Zackery Wilson for the music you guys hear, just not only on my streams but this music, but looking at our opening hand, we did see kind of the good pieces. We were able to find the offering Janemba and also a Celzino. The only thing we were missing was a Bobbity, and we found both a Bobbity and a Hatch in our mulligan, so we're doing super well. We found the cards we wanted. They're just going to play the Gohan for 1, and then find the Super Saiyan Vanilla Goku pretty much and pass over. So we drew another one of the Super Baby 2, which is kind of stinky for us, but we just used the Hash with the effect to get the other Bobbity from deck. We're going to use the top 5 effect of our leader, and we're looking for pretty much anything red or yellow or green, and so we get all of that. This is a really tricky choice because I definitely wanted to get that pan, but we just had too few choices for cards for charging next turn, and finding that red for just the red yellow stuff was too good to pass up. So that's what we did, and hoping we can find the pan later. It is nice to know that's in deck, so maybe we can find it. But going from there, they do play the Piccolo Unison. They're able to awaken, and they're going to start pressuring us down. So swing with leader, giving the Unison double strike as part of the leader effect. And I think we just take the 1 here. We would awaken ourselves otherwise. Swinging again with the Unison for the double strike, and we'll take the 2 there, going down to 4. And I think they're just going to pass from there and see. Yeah, that's exactly. So we do have some good charges. We are going to charge, I think, a yellow there, especially because we don't need to do the search anymore, and there's just so many cards in hand. We will just do 1 for free, looking top 2, and we do get another another offering Janemba, which is, I guess, fine. But then from there, we just kind of have a decision on. Oh, we have to put that to the bottom deck. That had to happen, but. I believe we just decided to pay 2 for the offering Janemba. They take the life there, and then we get to play the other Janemba as well. Look top 7, and we find nothing, so we just pass there. And then after that, I believe we just look top 5 with their leader effect. That is true, and we do get the Broly, though we're in a kind of tough spot. We want to be able to awaken right now, and I think the Broly is great for being able to pressure the Unison and pop the Gohan so they don't get the card advantage from it. So we are going to awaken, but we're going to use the effects of we're going to put the Paragus underneath it, as well as one of the Janembas, because that is a yellow card. So we do have green and yellow there, and then we get to draw 2. Yeah, we don't want the Super Baby 2. So yeah, we get to draw our 2, and we get another super combo, so we don't feel too bad about it. And we're going to play the Broly for 2 to be able to pop that and maybe look top 3 for a chain attack. We miss, or sorry, a combo attack, which we didn't get, but we will get another Broly. And we also didn't get a, anything from that, but we are going to be able to pressure this Unison pretty heavily if we're able to. So we're swinging leader first, and they end up just using the Violent Rays to stop us there, which kind of stinks. We should have probably swung with the 20k first, but that is okay. We're going to swing with the Baby Janemba next, hitting that in. They're going to use the Spirit Boost to get the additional, to negate the attack and get the 6k, so just, we're done swinging for the turn. And we're just going to use our leader effect. I did kind of think about it, can they burst me down? And I decided, they probably can. So we are using leader effect. Everything they play is in rest mode, and so they really only get like 2 swings next turn, which is nice. And kind of like the good point about, getting around all that. So they charge another vanilla, and I think they're just going to swing with leader into our leader. They do. We say no negates, and they're using the effect to give their Unison a double strike as well. And we just, I think we take the 15k. Yeah, we do, because we're not too pressured. I don't think there's any like triple attack stuff, especially since we also, this Unison swing's probably their last swing of the turn. But then they do this very interesting play. Really shout out to No Cap. So they steal my Janemba Unison, which stinks. And as far as I know, it doesn't, it just moves, so it doesn't get played in rest mode, which also means the offering doesn't trigger. That's all. As far as I know, if that's wrong, let me know. But they are swinging in with their big Unison, and they also have this secret medicine to pop my Bobbity. All of this is a huge turn. I was very afraid of all of this, and then so it's a big 35k. I decided, you know what, they got one more swing. It is a double strike, but I feel pretty confident with the cards in my hand and being able to out combo. So I think I just decide, you know what, let's find, if they want to combo their hand, try to win, go for it. But in general, this deck has just so many 5ks, and that the card advantage is super free, and we have a super combo that we decide, let's just go for it. We'll take the 1 and see how deep they go in with their Piccolo. So they only have 6 cards in hand, and we've got like 12 cards in hand. I think actually we have 10. So they do swing in. We say no negates, and they decide to just combo up that entire hand. Now I don't think they had any more super combos from there, so that was fine for us. They do have the Champa, so they went up to 45k double strike. So we do Paragifts to draw 2. We get our combo attack Janembas, which is a huge boon for us. I'm just gonna get rid of one of our Janembas. We're gonna combo pretty much one of everything we don't really need anymore, and then just go from there. We're just gonna have a lot of advantage next turn, and it's gonna be a big turn for us. So we combo it, we get to 50k by doing that last Broly, thinking, we're not gonna play another one this game. We'll probably be fine there. And passing from there, and I was in like a really tough spot. I didn't know if I wanted to go for game right now or just destroy the board and set up and then go for game next turn. We can get everything switched to rest mode and everything else. So I think here for a very long time we do charge the red. We do need to do that anyways, because we do want a red and a yellow for a potential baby Janemba, or Super Saiyan, I guess, or the baby 2 that's still in our hand. We do need to play another Janemba to get that out there. But I was really I was deep in the think tank, just making sure that the sequencing is correct. I didn't want to run into something from that hand. So I think the first swing was the Broly into the Piccolo Jr. Oh yeah, I'm just deep in this think tank. Yeah, I'm going to swing there first. And he just says no negates, and so we'll just say 15, and then we'll swing the baby Janemba there, and he does negate that swing, and from there we'll just use our combo attack to burst 2. We do hit a Cell Xeno too, so we're super good. And then for 3, we have to hard cast this, but it luckily is only 2 specific costs with red and yellow to get the baby Janemba, and then we get to get the effect. He does offering 1, and then we get to play the Janemba again. We miss, but just having that extra body on board is great. So we will swing that into there. We do have to do like an extra combo to get to the 21k, so we will do that. I think we just pop, yeah, pop there. Then we'll swing in the Broly there, 20k. That dies, and then we'll use the Cell Xeno to draw 1, and just use our surge ability to make it so the opponent can only swing in with a unison, which can totally happen, or which he totally has, but we are able to have a blocker and stop that swing, so they can swing in with their leader unless they have like another Champa, which they totally can as well. We can just take the 1 damage and then we can block with our Janemba and kind of go from there. So that's what we do. No extra comboing. We take the 1 and then they will try to go in with the Piccolo, and then they just go up to 20. So we do decide to save it, going to 25, because he will be very good this next turn. And I think he was thinking about overwhelming, but you know what? That's probably a bad idea when it just comes into rest mode. So we do charge that Garlic Jr. We will swing in the Broly there. We do get Violence Raised, which we were expecting. So that's why I swung with the 20k first. I didn't want to get, kind of what happened last turn or early in the game. So we swing 16k there, which happens to be the negate. So we do just do the cycle with the Janemba again, getting that back to our hand. We'll swing that into their leader, 15k. And what we should have done, we should have gone to the Super Baby a little bit earlier, because we could have prevented the blocker from having skills anymore and just prevented another block. But this is still fine, and then we just have way more extension too. So even though this guy can't swing, we can go from there and just do a lot of nonsense. And worst case, we could just get like a big Bobbity and have that Bobbity swing in for like 20k and get the game. But that is the match. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, shouts to my opponent. It was a really fun, it was probably one of the most fun matches I've had in a long time, and I did appreciate it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the match. Let me know what you guys think about it and the deck, and I'll catch you all next time.
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it.